All right, guys, this right here is Emmett Stallworth, the Alpha Builder. This video here is inspired by, I got one of my students that, he's a really good student, man. He really researches, he studies how things actually operate. He actually got his home builder's license. I try to make sure that my sites are available for him to go to make sure he can kind of see how things are done. To a degree, he asked me, he's always available to me where he can always pick the phone up and give me a call and ask questions. And he wants to do his first job. Actually, this is for really two of my students, but they want to do their first job and they want to get out here into the grind. And they're just kind of trying to figure out which direction to take things in, or which way that they need to go or navigate in order to make things happen, just to get into that first job. Now, I suggest that your first job right now, especially in this litigious society that we're living in, I suggest to be your own house. You learn on yourself. But mind you, you still need to be under the umbrella of somebody who's a professional that, especially when you're just getting out here, there's over 300,000 parts to a house. You're not going to have everything figured out. You're going to learn as you go, which is how you learn most trades. And what I want to tell those guys, I thought it was just one, it's really two as I think about it. What I want to tell those guys, sometimes you just got to do it. Just do it. You got to get out here. You got to do it. You can't be afraid, man. I remember reading a book by one of my favorite books is Robert Kiyosaki, and he has I think that book was Rich Dad Poor Dad or Cash Flow Quadrant is one of them that he wrote. And guys, I suggest you guys read those books. I'm gonna do another video on my reading list, but one of the statements that he said is you cannot let your fear of failure be greater than the excitement of succeeding. And see, people who are winners, they play to win. People who are not winners, they play not to lose. See, there's a different mindset. When you think about this right here, there's two different mindsets. The playing not to lose, and I saw this, guys, even at the junior college level, dealing with some of the deans and stuff like that. Those guys, they always, the answer to a lot of things was no, we can't do that. Because they want to play the safe route. Everything needs to be safe. Everything needs to be according to the protocol and procedures and things like that. The state has mandated this right here. This is how we're going to do things, and we got to keep it this way. And if you go ask them, if you go there and you try to ruffle the feathers or tweak something out, their answer is going to be, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. I get it, man. There are certain situations where the system must be maintained and managed. But if, guys, you're going to get out here, especially in the construction world, and you're going to get out here and you're going to try to do things and make things happen and build houses, you're going to have to just do it. You're going to have to get out here. You can't just be afraid and you can't say no. You're going to have to just get out here and just do it. You got to get out here. You got to start it. Now, I'm not saying you just do it without planning. You're going to have to plan. And what makes you feel, I'm going to tell you guys, what makes you feel better about doing anything and what gives you the confidence to just get out here and do it, even though you've never done it before, is your preparation. If you over prepare, then that gets rid of the fear. See, a lot of people they're afraid. They're afraid to take a chance. They're afraid to do something because they're afraid they may mess up. But if you over prepare, even athletes, guys, if you look at the best athletes on the field, number one, those guys play to win. So they over prepare. I mean, when you look at the people like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and people like that, and I'm just talking about basketball, but even like Deion Sanders and people who have just really, Bo Jackson, well, I think Bo just had natural talent. do what he did. But even still, most of those guys, not only did they have the natural talent, they had the physical talent that was needed, but they also had the drive to cause them to over-prepare. Those guys' work ethics were impeccable. So sometimes, guys, like I said, you got to just do it, but you got to prepare. And what's going to get rid of that fear of getting out of here and just doing it is going to be over preparation. You prepare. Now, you're not going to figure out everything. You're not going to have an answer. You're not going to have everything figured out. There's going to be some things that you might have to have split-second flexibility to make the decision. That's going to happen. I got a house right up here, right up the street from me. The house pad, is a very tough site to build on because we dealing with setbacks. We dealing with all kind of things. We're dealing with septic tank. We're dealing with a hill. We're dealing with rock. And I got a house, but guys, I've studied that site. I've studied it. And I might have to pivot. I might have to switch plan designs. I might have to switch that up. It is what it is. If I can't mediate that rock, but things are not gonna be, it would have been perfect if everything was just right, man. The guys dug and the house pad was right there and everything was just perfect, and the world is beautiful. Things don't usually happen that way, especially for people like me, which is why I have gotten to the place that I am today is where things don't move me as far as fear of getting out here doing things. Things don't, I tried, but I study it. Guys, mind you, if I go out here and make a move, I have looked at this thing, I've planned, I've thought about it, I've figured things out. And typically I don't usually like to have, plan B. I like to stick with plan A. Sometimes you might have to pivot, man, because, especially on a spec job, man, it's all about a profit. You got to turn a profit, guys. If you're in business, your game is profit. You got to turn a profit. And not only just turning a profit, guys, you got to figure out a way to turn that profit and be efficient with it. And then add value to somebody else's life. And I'm talking about in the construction world. So when I build a house, I'm looking to add value in someone else's life. I'm to give them the best value, a product that they can possibly get and be as efficient as possible with my bottom line so that I can provide that value to them. But guys, in some cases, like I said, guys, things are just not going to line up sometimes just the way you want to line up. Just not. And especially in building, guys. Building, and guys, if you can't get out here, and that's why, if you can't get out here and you make decisions and make, efficient decisions and things like that, you're going to have a really, really hard time in this game. But I just wanted to put this video right here out here for those guys who kind of on the fence about trying to move forward with building. And let me tell you this right here, guys. This is the one field. I'm talking about the entire construction field, with the exception of people like the real estate agents and lawyers and things like that. And I look at those, and guys, I don't have a problem with those guys. They do really, really well. But those guys don't really add value to my houses. They really don't, other than increase the cost of it. There's no, when you pay real estate commission, you're looking at 6% sometime, and $500,000 house, that could be $30,000 that you adding to the cost of the house, that customer got to pay that additional money to that house. And we didn't increase, maybe the R value of the walls, or put additional paint, or some extra nice hardwood floors or countertop. None of that was added to the house. So you really just add value. I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about in this field, the construction field, where you actually have to pick things up and move them. Now, mind you, people look at me and say, well, you don't pick things up, but I'm the orchestrator. Yes, I should be paid for my services, man, because I orchestrate the whole game. I'm like Beethoven in the construction industry. All right, guys, it's your turn. Now it's your turn. You stop. It's your turn. This is what builders do. So yes, there's value in that, because without that builder, without that orchestra, you just got a whole bunch of different instruments just playing out of order, out of sync. So yes, guys, in this game, once again, I don't think AI is going to take that, or robots are going to take that no time soon. Like I said, guys, I think we got maybe a 20 to 30 year run on this thing. Make your money, but don't be afraid. Over prepare yourself. Study those sites. Don't let your fear of failure be greater than the excitement of succeeding. Once again, guys, I just want to put this quick one out here for you guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Guys, I'm starting to do a live stream now. I'm kind of getting efficient at this right here. So this thing is getting fun. You guys have a good one. Thanks.